Hello viewers, thank you for watching Life in Dubai. My name is Shaban and today I'm with our Sheikh and our President of the Association of Ugandans UAE. Today we're going to talk about Ramadan in UAE, the etiquette of Ramadan in UAE, what it means to fast, how do we fast, who is supposed to fast and who is exempted from fasting. All that in this video, so stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, this is a time for you to subscribe and share the video to as many as possible. Sheikh, please talk to our viewers.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are very happy to be on our YouTube channel with Mr. Shaban Mukasa. And we are here to talk about Ramadan. It's a bit different from other Ramadans that we've been observing. This is like a COVID-19 Ramadan. So hopefully we have to fast according to the rules of COVID, because COVID is in the management now.
Sure, it's in control. As we start, please explain to our viewers or our audience who are not Muslims, who may not know what Ramadan is. What is Ramadan? What should they know about Ramadan?
Yeah, Ramadan, thank you so much. Ramadan, as a word per se, is just a name of a month, the 9th month on our Islamic calendar.
Yeah.
When you look at the history of this month, it was like a month that was observed by our predecessors who came before us. They were fasting, and it was optional for someone to fast. And in case you needed to fast, or you couldn't manage to fast, you could pay someone to fast for you. Yes, it could happen like that. So someone could fast for you. The rich were not fasting because they had money. Then as time went on, Allah Ta'ala revealed a verse in Surah Al-Baqarah, the second chapter, verse I think 185. Those are the verses about Ramadan, calling the believers to fast. That Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu kutiba alaykumus siyam. Kutiba yani furiba. It has been made obligatory, mandatory, for every Muslim to fast. Then after, he revealed another verse that فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهَرَ فَلْيَصُمْ. That if you've been like blessed, and the time of Ramadan finds you, you have to fast. So it came from being optional to compulsory.
And do we have any exemptions? People who may not fast to any conditions, or everyone?
Yeah, of course, having those long hours without food, without drinking, there are some people who may not handle the situation.
Yeah.
Mostly the old age, because age is a compilation of all diseases. So some people may not be able to go for all those long hours without drinking, without fast. So Allah Ta'ala says that فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا, if you are sick, أو على سفر, or you are traveling. Now, right now, we have people who are stranded. They moved to some areas or some parts of the world, and they're kept or confined in a certain area. They cannot travel back, and they are not even having they are not having a soft life where they landed. So, فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا أو على سفر, or you are a traveler, you are exempted to fast. But there are some people who are sick, and their sickness is conditional. Like their sickness is periodical. Maybe after Ramadan they can be okay. So those ones can eat during Ramadan.
Maybe this time Ramadan found you sick, that is, you can live.
You are exempted.
And then
after Ramadan, then you can cover up. You can fast for the missed up days.
Okay, but people who have recurring conditions that they can never.
Chronic diseases like old age, like ulcers, those are things that cannot be cured after a period of time. So those ones, what can they do? Those ones, they can eat during Ramadan. It's okay. Drink and do whatsoever they want during Ramadan. But they have to feed the needy for 30 days of Ramadan. Basically, like they have to base on what they do. They eat.
So like their normal lifestyle.
If they're spending like maybe a day, 25 dirhams a day, and you find a needy, don't feed a needy as per his standard, but feed him as per your standard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is the logic behind it.
And then you talked of also travelers being exempted. I believe those times people traveled in very harsh conditions on camels in the desert. It was a bit tough. If I'm comfortable in my travel, can I fast or I can still?
Yeah, with the changes of technology, it has made life very soft. You know, Islam has different philosophies. With the improvement and new technologies coming up, traveling from Uganda to UAE, it takes like 4 to 5 hours. So 4 to 5 hours seated in a comfortable
Air conditioned.
Yeah, air
space.
conditioned, everything. Sometimes you may not have a reason why you don't fast.
Because if you had your suhoor early morning, then your flight is starting in the morning.
But then some people will like some other scholars say or look at that verse that allowing you to eat is not about finding problems on the journey, but it is like any journey. So however much you're comfortable or you're not comfortable, you are given a chance to eat. So it comes back to you as an individual, that how do I feel? Am I okay if I fast? Because there's some people who look at traveling from Uganda to UAE, it's not a big journey. He can fast, he will reach at the time of breaking the fast. But then there are some countries where you can travel, like traveling from here to going to Canada, you may reach, like today is Friday, and you reach Saturday.
Yeah, it is about, I think, 15 hours.
Yeah, 15 hours. So you see there that the time lag is very big. So for that issue, then you have a chance to break your fast.
The time difference.
The time difference, even the environment. Yeah. So at least if you're traveling, look at conditions. If they favor you, you can continue fasting. If they don't, you have a chance, a big chance, to break your fast. And then you will fast the missed up days after.
In terms of age groups, how old should someone be before they start fasting, and what age is exempted from fasting if they're too old, like they're over any age?
Then it's still the same thing happens here with the age. If someone appears, Islam looks at the puberty stage, then the age is discussed by scholars, that maybe this happens at 15th year of a boy, or this happens to a 13th year of a girl, such things. But we look at things, the changes of the body. So when the changes appear, then you have to fast. Then you have to follow all the Islamic rituals. You have to follow all the Islamic teachings. You have to go for prayer, because it has now turned to be compulsory to you. You are now aged. At that age, you have to be known that now all Islamic rituals are compulsory to me, because I've grown up.
And then the last age, can you say about 70? Or
now the last age still it depends. There are people, I've seen people who are at 70 but very strong at 30, like 30 people. And you may find even at 40, someone cannot fast. It's already old.
What about the ladies who may be expecting now, they're either pregnant or the ones who are breastfeeding? What does Islam say about that?
Islam teaches, if you fear, for example, there are two kinds of fears. If you're pregnant, sometimes you may fear to hurt what is inside, or the fear can be you are fearing to hurt yourself.
So definitely, if you're hurt, then the one inside also
yes, automatically. So there are two things. Someone can say that I will feed a needy for 30 days because I will not be fasting. Other people go extra mile to feed, and even after Ramadan they pay back. All rewards come.
Okay, when they deliver, then they can.
They can pay back. But those who feed, sometimes they look at the span, that maybe between this period up to the next Ramadan, I will not have time to fast.
Because after there will be breastfeeding. Maybe.
Breastfeeding, it goes to another year. So you have like 2 Ramadans without observing any fast. So those ones, sometimes they go by feeding the needy. But then there are some people who cannot. They cannot fast and they cannot feed. They are very poor. They need to be given. And this is a strain, you're telling them to be giving.
You have nothing.
So you see, that is a scenario. But Islam still goes into that if you don't have, فَمَنْ قُدْرَ عَلَيْهِ رِزْقُهُ فَلْيُنْفِقْ مِمَّا آتَاهُ. If your pocket is very narrowed,
Mm.
you are given a chance that, okay, you can give what you have. But if you don't have, then Allah will always forgive you. He's the most forgiving.
Okay.
Mm.
Now that we are in an Islam country,
Mm.
UAE and United Arab Emirates, Dubai, this is a place for mainly, not for only Muslims, we have all nationalities, all religions, but it's predominantly Muslim.
Yeah, Muslims.
What would you tell someone who is new to UAE about the etiquette of Ramadan? How should someone conduct themselves, whether they are fasting or not, if they're in UAE?
Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, when you look at Ramadan 2020 is a bit different from other Ramadans. Of course, observing Ramadan, we have also to look at our health issues. We've been going through this for the last 4 months, I think, when the outbreak started in the whole world. When you're fasting, there are things that you have to do. If you're not fasting, there are things that you have to do. But in an environment where we have Muslims fasting, even at our workplaces, you have to, first of all, you have to look at someone who is fasting, that he needs some relaxation. If you can manage, you are non-Muslim, you are not fasting, if you can manage to help, because we shall all be working for fewer hours, like 6 hours.
I think they announced 5 hours for the private sector, but I think
yes, but it may not be
maybe 6.
Yeah, it will be 6. It may not be applicable, but the government announces to help others. And now, if you're non-Muslim, restrict your way of eating and drinking. At least respect people fasting and respect the culture of the Islamic culture. But if you are now you are living in a Muslim community, regulate your ways, how you eat, how you dress. The dress code is very important.
Eating in UAE should not be in public. It's at fasting.
They are not saying don't eat, but at least hide yourself. To respect those fasting. Then the other thing is about the dress code. Dubai is an open area, is an open country, city, where people, the dress code is not so limited to hijab, and though we have many people putting on hijabs and niqab, but even we have the other people,
visitors. Over 200 nationalities in UAE and Dubai.
Of course, it's very big. So their dress code is totally different and matches with the country where they come from. You find an American putting on something very short because they'll say the weather is very harsh. But during this time, they respect.
And they are supposed to respect.
They have to. Because when we are fasting, what do we fast? You have to know what we fast. We don't only fast food and drinks, but even we fast keeping our eyes not to see what we are not supposed to.
We need to talk about that in deeper at least.
Yes.
Because it's not only just abstaining from food.
It's not only that. There are many things.
Let's first finish the etiquette.
So
not eating in public.
So not eating in public. The dressing code. Even control of your movements. Secondly, the fourth thing, how you speak to other people. And it's better for us to live in peace than waiting to go and be rested in peace. So we have still a chance to live in peace. So peace is mostly disturbed by our tongues, the way we talk to someone. So let us find a way how we're communicating to each other. So control of your tongue is very important during this month of Ramadan. Playing loud music, even when you're driving your car, for example, even when you're driving your car and you put on loud music, sometimes you are fined for that. Not only in Ramadan, but in Ramadan it is very, very, very strict. Even in your apartment.
In your community.
In your community. Yeah, because this is the time we have to be so close to God. Look at the environment. So even the Muslims, during this month, we have to look at the environment. Non-Muslims have to look at the environment, what surrounds us. We are surrounded by Muslims. Let us respect them. Let us help them to at least have a time to be close to their God. Yes.
So those are the major things: dressing, not eating in public, minding what we say,
reckless movement,
unnecessary movement, and also not playing loud music or noise.
Yes, or noise in a community.
You hinted about other things apart from abstaining from food and drink within these hours. What else do we do in the whole month that is expected from a Muslim?
It is this month, when you look at the verses that come in the Quran, Allah Ta'ala says that شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن. So he made Ramadan and Quran to be together because it was revealed, the Quran itself was revealed in this month. So it is better for you to be so close to the Quran than something else. Why? Because you are bringing them together as Allah brought them in the Quran.
Sometime
Yeah, in the same time. So reciting Quran is something that is mandatory for any Muslim. That is one thing. The other thing, during Ramadan, it is now we are going through a very hard time in the world where we need to pray to Allah Ta'ala. He answers. Ujibu da'wata. He answers. He doesn't only listen, but he answers our supplications. So what we have to do, recite Quran, supplicate, make more and more supplications. Tawbah. We are living in a very difficult moment now. So let us supplicate. Let us ask for forgiveness from Allah Ta'ala. Those are things that will bring us together, and even we shall benefit from Ramadan. Maybe this Ramadan will be a turning point in our situation today. When you look at things, you have to look at even things that can help you not to go into to spoil your Ramadan. One, we've seen that fasting, it means it has timing. For example, you have to be fasting from Fajr up to Maghrib. Those are the timings. So in case anything happens between, like sexual intercourse, so your Ramadan is, your day is spoiled.
Even when you're married.
Even when you're married. Even when you're married. The words that we speak. Because the Prophet, as I told you some few minutes ago, that if you cannot control your tongue from slander,
there's no use.
There's no use of leaving your food and just continue eating, but it's not an exemption. So when you look at the senses that we have the eyes, the sense of sight, we have the ears, we have the tongue, we have the nose to smell, then we have touch, nose, eyes, ears and tongue. 5 senses. So when you look at this, all these senses, they all take in, and the whole information is taken at the heart. So the heart will get information from. So control what you see, because you are sending a message to what? To your heart. Control what you smell, you are sending a message. Control what you hear, you are sending a message. Control what you touch on, you're sending a message to your heart. So
basically, all the 5 senses in Ramadan, they are fasting.
They are fasting. We have to fast with our eyes, what we see. Now we are always seated at home. Which films are you going to watch?
Yeah, what do you put on your TV, on your computer?
Look at people you want to move out with. Look at what you read. Look at what you watch. Because all this will take in. And once we take in, it will affect your character. So when you're fasting, fast with your ears, fast with your nose, fast with your tongue, and fast with your eyes. With the tongue, actually, it's not all about talking. Now these days, we are so much in typing.
Texting.
What information are you typing to send to? The world is suffering a lot from media than other things.
People are spreading rumors,
misinformation. And the worst thing in this world is to spread misinformation. Why? Because if you are bringing out falsehood, it runs quicker than the truth, the facts. And it creates the gap between ignorance and knowledge. People will remain ignorant because of one thing: you sent a false information. So let us control even that. Look at what you are sending. So Ramadan is a month that we have to look at many things. As we said, let us control ourselves. Let us control our movements. Let us control our tongues. What we write, control them. Let us dedicate some time, good time, to our Lord. It is a month that we have to benefit spiritually.
I want to thank you so much, Sheikh Abdul Basit Nsugga, for your time and for your information, the educative interview you had. I believe it's going to help all of us who are fasting in the same situation. And if there's any last word due to this difference in situation with Corona and people in lockdown. Maybe one last word before we can say.
Thank you so much. The only thing that the world is going through a very hard time, and we shall not have the gatherings that we had. We shall not go for iftar, breaking our fast in a communal way like we used to go. If you're living in UAE, we have like our place for our grandfather, Sheikh Serkali, where we sit like thousands and thousands of people. We eat, we teach to ourselves,
close to each other,
too
like,
close to us. So the chances are very minimal now. We shall not go for Taraweh. But it doesn't mean that you should not pray Taraweh. If you have a chance at night at home, you can lead your people, like your family, lead them, at least to keep the thing burning. Then in Uganda, we have few people who can afford to eat, like to eat in the same way as they've been eating before this outbreak for a period of 1 year. There are very few people. Most of other people are like hand and mouth operation. They have to look for something. So we have to develop a sharing character. Like if you have something, share with your friends, share with your brother, share with your neighbor, Muslim or non-Muslim, share with them, because we are going through this as a whole, all together. So let us share to keep us like what we need is for us to go through this situation all together. Then we look at ourselves after this as we celebrate and we pray for those who lost their lives. That is the only thing I have. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you our audience for viewing. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for subscribing. Please keep watching out for new videos that will be coming out with more information about Ramadan, about life in Dubai. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.